All right, we are just 1 minute behind the 1 p.m. mark, actually noon my time. I'm in Central Time, but so glad to be here among you all. Welcome to the Making Good Connections webinar. So, just a few housekeeping points. Know that you do not have to worry about cameras or anything like that. With that, you can just any kind of questions you may have, feel free to put that in the chat and we'll be very responsive to your questions and your needs as we go through this workshop. Know that everyone that's present here, it's their first time at SNHU, maybe their first time in a collegiate setting, and wherever you may come to us from, we are so grateful to have you here, and we are looking forward to providing you with the support that you need during your time at SNHU. My name is Dr. J, Dr. James Winfield. I serve as one of the associate deans here at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm just here to make sure that you all have the support that you need. So, in a nutshell, what my role means is to help you see from the beginning to the end and to get through and to make sure that there are resources to support you. But during our time today, you're going to hear from various supports at the institution that are here to, show you who they are and to tell you about the services that they offer and how we can best support you. So, with that, during our time today, we're going to talk about SNHU Connect and student involvement. So, getting connected on this vast online campus. SNHU Career Services, we want to ensure that you know about those opportunities to ensure that you're connected beyond SNHU. Academic support. The Shapiro Library, which is a great resource for you all as you're doing research papers or just having to lean into those online resources to support your work. And then alumni engagement, another support beyond SNHU that we want you to stay connected with. SNHU 107 and IDS 105. We'll talk about some of those entry level courses. And then the peer mentorship program. You'll hear from probably myself and someone else from our team to talk about the benefits of that program. So, as I mentioned my name before, like I said, I'm Dr. James Winfield. My students know me as Dr. J, and I am one of the associate deans and love my role in supporting students in their first year experience. If there's not much that you remember, from what I share with you, remember these words: persist, engage, network, or an acronym PEN, which is a play on our mascot, the Penman. So, with that, we want you all to know first and foremost that we want you to persist in life. We want you to make it. We want you to thrive, and we want you to persist in your courses from term to term. So, know that those are priorities for you all. We also want you to engage with the resources that are present on this campus, along with engaging with your goals and making sure that you articulate those to us so that we can best support you in them. And then network, as you're doing today. You are in the chat sharing, where you're from, what courses individuals are taking, finding those weak ties with individuals so that you can have some level of connection. And we want you to foster those connections not only among peers or people in your class, we want you to have those connections with faculty, with staff. So ensuring that you have those connections are very vital as you move through and beyond SNHU. But with that, we have FYE 101, which is your gateway to SNHU. So, with that being said, just in the chat, quick show of hands, anyone can throw it in there. How many of you have worked on or have completed SNHU, not SNH, sorry, FYE 101, which is your online orientation experience? All right, completed. Great. Awesome. If you have not completed FYE 101, go ahead and make your way into doing that. It's pretty quick. It's only like 2 to 3 modules, but it's really filled with those resources to help you stay connected and to know what's here for you. And it's almost an extension of what we're talking about today, right? So, and then it helps you to get acclimated with Brightspace, which is where your classes will be. So, with that being said, that's just a jumping off point until us going into our first speaker is Mandy Seibel, who is from Student Involvement, and she's going to talk with you all about getting connected at SNHU. So, Mandy.
Thanks, James. Hi, everybody. How are we today? I'm so excited to be with you all today to talk about online student life at SNHU and the work of the Office of Student Involvement. So, James, if you could go to the next slide, perfect. You're good. All right. So, I want to start off by saying that a lot of the work that the offices that are here with you today and who are going to chat with you about intertwine with each other. The work intertwines. I'm excited to kick us off. I'm going to be going over a lot of information. So if you could please, please, please hold your questions until the end. I promise you I will be in the chat. I'm going to be posting a lot of links. And if you have any questions, I will answer those at the end of my presentation. So, why get involved? We found that over time, the more students get involved, the more they realize the opportunities they have in reference to what is available at Southern New Hampshire University. So, it's not just about the classes you take for some, which is very important, but it can also be about the relationship that you create and the sense of belonging that gets created from no matter where you are in the university in the world. So in SNHU Connect and with our office, we are hoping that people find ways to relate or find things that they have in common with someone that's taking a class thousands of miles away or sometimes even in the same city or town. So as I mentioned, my office is the Office of Student Involvement. We are a combined team that supports online and campus students, and our whole purpose and our whole goal is again to create belonging from no matter where you are in the world. And so I'm going to go over some of the ways that we do that with our team. So one of those ways is with SNU Connect. And SNU Connect is a private online space that is for our students in programs and competency-based programs at SNHU. And a lot of times students will find SNU Connect and they're not quite sure how to navigate it. So we're going to go in a little bit more about what that looks like, which is very similar to some of the other social media platforms out there. So if James, you could go to the next slide, please. Okay, so this is our SNHU Connect page on My SNU. And if you haven't been to My SNHU, please, please, please make sure you are in there and checking things out. But this page particularly helps you log in to SNHU Connect. So again, SNHU Connect is a virtual community platform where you'll make new students and make new friends, but students and people from all over the country and even the world. So we like to see it as like if you envision on campus, there's a student center. That is what SNHU Connect is for our online students. You're going to meet students in the same programs as in different programs as you, and you'll support each other as you go along with your journey. It is completely optional. It is not something you have to participate in, but we would really love it if you were interested and you would like to do so. So what we would suggest is logging into the community, complete your profile, and introduce yourself. This is a really, really important note. You will get access to SNHU Connect about a week after you've been registered for your first class. So if today you try to log in and you don't get access, give it a little bit more time. And then if it's still been a week and you know you're registered and you don't have access, reach out to connect@snu.edu and I will put that email in after my presentation and we'll help you get situated with access. But you won't get access until about a week after you're registered for your first class. And then, of course, like I said, if you have questions, email us at connect@shu.edu. Next slide, please, James. All right, so what else can you do on SNHU Connect? So you can meet peers and you can build your network. So this page is if you visit the advanced people search, it's awesome because once you enter a combination of search criteria, you could put home city, state, degree program, and click search. It will populate all of the people that meet that criteria. You can click on their profile, learn more about them. You can find their email address. And if you look on the left, you will see a blue avatar. So one of the things I would love for you all to do when you're in SNHU Connect is to upload a profile picture of yourself. It doesn't have to be of you. Some people have their animals as their profile picture or their art, whatever you think represents you. But upload that picture because that blue avatar is tough because people don't may see it and think, oh, they're not here to connect. But when you have an actual picture there of whatever that is, people will see it and say, okay, this person is in the community, they're active, and they do want to connect and engage. So you'll also see that what other students have entered in their profile. So again, make sure to complete your profile so students can find you and know that you do want to use SNHU Connect for connection. And again, after you've registered a week after your classes, you will get access to be able to do so. Next slide, please, James. All right, I have a question. Has anybody joined our online clubs yet or has looked at them? And if not, that's okay, but feel free to put it in the chat. Okay, we've got to looked at them. Perfect, perfect. That's okay. No worries. Okay. All right. Perfect. That's okay. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what we have to offer. And yes, if you didn't realize there are online clubs, there are, which is very, very exciting. And they are all housed in SNHU Connect. And a book club, yes, I'm going to tell you all about how to get involved. So, we have educational clubs, we have social clubs, we have university sponsor clubs. All of our clubs are free to join. They are completely optional, and you can get involved as soon as today in these clubs. So, in order to join, all you have to do is all of these pages have a page on SNHU Connect. So, we'll go with the book club as an example. So, if you want to join book club, you find the book club page in SNHU Connect, and in the top left of that page, there's going to be an email address. You email that email address and say, hey, my name is, and you want to join the book club. And then they will add you to the roster. If you're not quite ready to commit to that yet, you just want to look around and see what's happening, you definitely can just follow the page in SNHU Connect. There is a little envelope icon in every SNHU Connect page in the top right, where if you want to click that, it'll send you emails about what's happening in the club too. It's totally up to you. But you can browse before you join, or if you're like, I'm committed, I want to join the book club, you just email that email address and ask to be added to the roster. All of these clubs host monthly events, so you can also attend an event if you're interested before you actually join. So it's totally up to you. It's a choose your own adventure of how you want to participate in clubs or not. That may not be something you're interested in. That's totally okay too. I would say start off with joining one or two clubs. Make sure you have a solid routine for your courses in place before you go crazy. But there are opportunities in all of these clubs to join as a member, and there are leadership opportunities as well. So all of these clubs have cabinet positions where they have a president or a vice president. So if that's something you're interested in doing after some time and maybe after you've established your coursework and your routine, you could have the opportunity to run to be the secretary of the book club or the president of the book club. So that's pretty exciting too. Those happen twice a year, elections for cabinet positions, and they all happen in SNHU Connect. So if this is something you're interested in, please make sure to check out these clubs. They all have a page on SNHU Connect. Next slide, please, James. All right. I haven't been watching the chat, but oftentimes what comes up in the chat is like, I would like to start this club. This is the place where you go to propose that idea, which is Club Hub. So it's our virtual lounge where all of our SNHU online clubs and organizations share their events, their contests, their meetings. It's also a place to be like, hey, I've got an idea for a new club, and you want to start to build that roster. There is a process that you have to look to go through in order to get a club recognized by our office. All of the SNHU officially recognized clubs are housed in SNHU Connect, and I'm going to post some links after my presentation so you can look through those resources. But a great place to get started is in Club Hub. And let's say I want to make a Dungeons and Dragons club. Then you would post that idea here and you try to build that roster, and then I'll post that link that shows you the rest of the process you have to go through. So if you're toying around with what you may be interested in or want to see what the clubs have happening, Club Hub is a great place to start as well. And that is a page housed in SNHU Connect. Next slide, please, James. Okay, we also have 5 honor societies. Super exciting for our online students. So if you qualify for any of these honor societies, you will get an invitation once a year to your SNHU email. And I always like to pause here to highlight that if you take anything away today, one of the top things I would love for you to take away is please, please, please make sure you're checking your SNHU your SNHU email a few times a week. It is the primary place that you're going to find out about things like honor societies, events, emails from your instructor that may have tips and tricks for your class. So please, please, please make sure you're checking that SNHU email at least a few times a week. So, honor societies, if you do meet the criteria, you will get that invitation to your SNHU email. The only society that invites twice a year is the National Society of Leadership and Success. There is a one-time lifetime membership fee for all of these societies, and again, they are optional. So if you do not have the finances to pay and you've been invited, that's okay. Or if you want to wait, or you're ready to go and you want to join, that's also okay too. So these are all exist as a way for you to get get involved in an honor society realm as well. And as long as you meet that criteria, you will get that email to your SNHU inbox. And you do not have to nominate yourself. Like I said, you can opt in or out. Some of the honor societies are for undergrads, some of them are for graduate students, and some are for both. And each of these honor societies also have in SNHU Connect. So again, if you're interested and you want to check out what's happening in those honor societies, you could go to the Alpha Sigma Lambda page and see what they have going on in that page. Next slide, please, James. All right, events. This is exciting too. So a lot of you in the chat were talking about where you're from. So one of the things our office likes to do as well is host events, whether they are in person or virtual. So I saw someone listed that they were from Atlanta. We actually had an Atlanta event in February where we had 2 events where students got together with faculty and staff and got to mingle with each other. We played some mini golf. So we try to do that a few times a year. And that is one of the areas we partner with our fabulous alumni engagement team. You'll hear from Allie a little bit later today, to meet up with you all, to see you in your states where you're living. So we do that a few times a year. And then we also have a plethora of online events that we host. We host an annual Leads conference every year, which is 100% completely virtual. We host webinars, whether they're leadership, skill building, or just for fun. We play bingo. All of those things come into your SNHU email and again are completely optional. So sometimes you may want to attend, sometimes you may not, but you will get a notification of those opportunities in your email. And if we are traveling into your area, those are also emails and they are a first come, first serve sign up basis. So keep an eye out for those. We also partner with our alumni engagement team on events like Homecoming and Global Days of Service, which Allie will talk to you about in a little bit. But we share all of this and all of the events listed as a way to help you connect as an online student, which is very exciting. Next slide, please, James. All right, learning communities. Those are also set up as spaces available for you to connect with others. There are also some groups on this page that you can participate in, which are career, social, and student support related. You can find information on our Student Engagement Council, which is a leadership opportunity that you can apply to be a part of. That is a group that meets with staff from SNHU to provide support and feedback on their experience at SNHU. And if you qualify for that, you will get an invitation to your SNHU email to apply to it. And if you get accepted, each student is assigned a page in SNHU to connect to help us create content and connect with students. So it's a really cool leadership opportunity. One of the other pages that I do want to mention today, Melanie's going to go over a couple with you, the SNHU 107 Learning Community. We have a page called New Student Connections. So great place for you all to go in, introduce yourself, let know where you're joining them from, your program. And today I will be posting a flash giveaway in that page. So if you do have access, log into SNHU Connect and go to the New Student Connections page because you could have an opportunity to win some SNHU swag, which is very exciting. If you are interested in SNHU swag, we also have a page called SNHU Spirit, where we do post flash giveaways a couple times a month. We're having a big spring clean out right now. So definitely you're interested in winning some SNHU swag related items, go to that SNHU Spirit page and definitely look at New Student Connections after today as well. Next slide, please, James. All right, in closing, here is a picture of an event that was hosted in California. As I mentioned, we love to get students together, whether in person or online. We cannot wait to see you at a future event and in SNU Connect. Again, I'm going to be answering any questions that you had in the chat, posting a lot of great links for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at connect@snhu.edu. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, Mandy. Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here with all of you today. So excited to see the flurry of activities in the chat. These are probably my favorite webinars to attend because of all of you. So happy to be here. My name is Alyssa Laskowski. And I am a career engagement partner within the career services team here at SNHU. So my team focuses on connecting students with career services and our resources early on in their programs. So for those of you who have not heard about career services, we are a free career advising and career exploration service for all of our current students and a free lifetime service for all of our graduates. So now I'm going to talk about how career services can be of benefit to you here and now. So next slide, please. So, most of our students here are attending college at SNHU for a lot of different career related reasons. Either they want to maybe explore a new career, or maybe you're looking to advance within your current one. And so, you might not realize it, but your SNHU Career Services team offers many support services related to getting you prepared for your next career venture. And so our team can partner with you to help you outline your unique career plan during your college program. However, it does seem that most students wait until graduation or even after graduation to begin connecting with us. And we understand it can be intimidating, maybe even overwhelming to start thinking about your career plans. Everybody feels this way. But our career services team can help facilitate your next steps no matter where you are in your current career journey. And trust me, you will get the best results if you connect with our team and all of our career resources much earlier than that graduation year. This way that you can start exploring what careers interest you and then start to plan out and take more focused academic courses that best align with your unique career aspirations. And I understand it might not seem like a priority right now while you're just getting started and going through your courseworks. But once again, I can't emphasize enough the importance of reaching out to our team early on in your program so you can start planning those potential career paths that best suit you. So maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know what careers are out there. That is not a problem. That's exactly why our team is here. We can help you start that exploration journey phase here and now. Next slide, please. So again, whether you're starting a new career or you're looking to advance in your current field, our career services team can assist you in a variety of different ways. So why should you start now? Well, again, this is a free service. We can provide support to you free for life while you're in school and and after you graduate. Our team of career advisors can help you with anything related to career development and job searching, including exploring career planning options, skills assessments, helping with resumes and cover letters, helping with interview preparation, your social media presence, like creating a LinkedIn profile, and helping generally guide you and point you towards the right tools and resources just for you. Additionally, we have Handshake. So Handshake is SNHU's private job board just for SNHU students and alumni, where our nationwide employer partners will post full-time jobs, part-time jobs, and even internships targeting talented students like all of you. And you'll also see career events like career fairs and employer networking events that are listed here on Handshake, which students and alumni can register to attend. So I definitely highly encourage you to log into Handshake. You just simply use your SNHU email address and you can start setting up your profile and get started browsing away at those opportunities. Additionally, internships are highly recommended to help you gain valuable industry experience that relates to your course of study. So whether you're interested in receiving maybe academic credit for an internship or not, we actually have a dedicated team of internship advisors that are ready and willing to help. So all online students complete what's called our pre-internship survey to get you started. And then once you send that survey response, our internship team will reach out to you directly with more information as well as next steps. And I promise I'm throwing a lot of information out there. I will be throwing all the links into the chat momentarily. And of course, making connections is a huge part of your career journey. So by utilizing these resources, you can work with us and partner with a supportive team. You can connect with employers about jobs or internship opportunities at all of our career events, and you can learn more about how to start pursuing your unique career goals. So again, if you're unsure of how to start exploring skills or interests, or maybe you just need some help with your resume, or you really want to think about doing an internship for credit and you just need some help getting started, that's where we can come in. Next slide, please. So there are a number of ways that you can access this new career services website. So the first step would be just to log into your My SNU, and what you'll do is you'll click on the three lines that are located at the top left hand side of the screen. It's a hamburger menu, and there you'll be able to click on the career services link that will take you directly to our website. I will say this, our website can also be accessed right through Brightspace, which is where you'll find all of your courses. And there's other links that you'll find again to our website that will be directly in your courses as well. Next slide, please. And so this is what our current career services homepage looks like. So clicking on the first link at the homepage, you'll navigate to our career explorations page. So on this page, you'll see tons of information about career planning and other exploration resources, and even some bits that are organized by major, again, that can really help build your confidence as you start your exploring some job search and really kind of honing in on those job search abilities. Additionally, while navigating and scrolling down that homepage, you'll see other career areas to explore like job search help or internship experiences. And you'll also see additional related resources posted like the link to our handshake that I talked about. We also have a dedicated YouTube channel and our newly built Skills First Resume Builder website. So again, please feel free to explore our site and take a look at the variety of career resources that we have readily available for you. Next slide, please. There's also an abundance of wonderful information on our SNHU Career Team YouTube channel. So students can view and access this at any point in time. It's an amazing resource where you'll find hundreds of career videos and even pre-recorded employer and alumni webinar presentations. We also have on your Brightspace homepage, you'll be able to view a monthly, what we call In the Know with Career Services series. So these will be posted video announcements on your Brightspace homepage that keep you informed of upcoming monthly events as well as timely career services resources. Next slide, please. So, in closing, I cannot emphasize enough the amazing career support that is available to all of you through our SNHU Career Services team. And so you may be asking yourselves, well, what can I do right now to get some career help? So some simple steps would be to check out our career services website, or you can contact our career advising team anytime directly for help, or you could log into Handshake, or even you can reach out to our internship team. And again, I'll be sure to add all of these resources into the chat box here momentarily. And I'll also echo what Mandy said about checking that SNHU email address. We on the Career Services team are constantly emailing students through their SNHU emails to alert you on career events, job leads, career resources, and much more. So make sure you are taking a look at that SNHU email address as much as possible. So with that, thank you all so much for your time today, and I will now hand it off to our next presenter.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name's Allison. I'm one of the academic coaches and one of the helpful people you might meet at Academic Support if you come and work with us. I realize my background is not representing SNHU, but I do have my SNHU garb here. When Teams had the new update, I lost it for some reason. Fun with technology. I'm so excited to be here and join everybody in this presentation. As you can tell, there's a lot of things that will help support you. And I see a lot of things in the chat that I can very much relate to. Being a first generation college student myself, I see I see you, and then being the partner of somebody who went back to school, you know, well into the 30s, close to the age 40. I know that experience as well too. And having been a high school teacher, all of the things, you're gonna do great. I understand the nervousness and the excitement, and that is also what you will find by coming to work with Academic Support. We're a team of people who are here to help. We have many things to help you persist, engage, and network, and I'm going to walk through some of those things. Has anybody already been to Academic Support yet, or clicked on the menu to get over to that area? Okay. And if it's not yet, I will give you all the information, and I'm also going to put a little video that you can click on that reminds you of how to access everything. But our goal is to meet you where you're at and give you the help that you need. Every person is different, every class is different, and we're here for you. Next slide, please. Okay, so this kind of tells you a little bit about who we are and what we do. We are dedicated to understand you and help you reach your educational goals. And we have a lot of things that can help you in your academic journey. And we like to go through them in this presentation. You might not use them all your first term. You might find one that you really like and go back to that. But I'm going to highlight a few and talk about it. So the 24/7 drop-in on the left-hand side is for that in-the-moment support. It is kind of a chat feature. There's also an audio chat. Really good for getting unstuck and really specific small questions on concepts. The workshops, if you're enjoying this experience, the workshops are a very interactive, fun place to go. We have one especially called New to SNHU, that's running usually around this time. So that might be another way to add on to what you're building here by interacting with other folks who are new to SNHU. And we have a lot of other workshops to offer. We have written feedback, and we also have scheduled support with academic coaches like myself and peer tutors. And we're going to go over those in more detail. Next slide, please. Okay, so how do you find us? We're in all of your courses. So if you go right to that top menu where you see the banner with the picture, you'll see academic support right next to Shapiro Library. Click on academic support, and that gets you over to a menu that looks like the one on the left-hand side, where there's a top menu that you can walk through each one of the support options. And then there are also these really big blocks of bars that tell you a little bit about it and give you the option to select Try Now. Next slide, please. And so the drop-in, if you're interested in trying out the drop-in tutoring, maybe you're stuck on a concept in an assignment, math is one that we hear at 24/7 drop-in is useful a lot. It's convenient, no appointment needed. It's text-based chat. There is a little button you can click if you want audio or voice chat capabilities as well. There's a little drop-down menu. You pick what area you need help with, what the subject is, type in your question, and that starts the chat. There are some times that this might not be the best option because maybe you want to have a conversation with a human being where you're sharing video, where you're talking through some things. Go to the next slide. Written feedback is another option that a lot of people really enjoy. So written feedback, when you click on it, you get this little menu. Fill it out in detail because it's going to a real human. That human will take a look at what you have written, and the more information you can give them about what the assignment is, the more helpful they can be in tailoring the feedback that you get. So if you want a second set of eyes on your draft before your instructor sees it or as you're working on something, this is a really good option. It comes back within 12 hours. I always recommend give it 24 just in case. That way you have time to digest the information and do something with the feedback. And it can sometimes help you stay on target for an assignment so that you're not procrastinating. So that's the second option. Next slide, please. Again, if you're enjoying this experience, you want to engage with other learners, we have these really great group support and workshop options. So we have peer groups that are more interactive in nature where people will have their cameras on and talk about being new to SNHU or graduate programs or a writing peer group. We also have things that give you information like citations or writing strategies, managing procrastination, some of those studenting skills that maybe it's been a while and you just want to talk through figuring out how to do some planning, discussion board writing, how to cure writer's block. We have a lot of things. We're always adding more and we're always looking for opportunities to add more. So if there's something that you would like and you don't see it, let us know. We can try to add it to it. We like to hear information and feedback. So you just hit the book now and you're signed up for the workshop. You can attend the workshop. It's always best to attend live so you can interact with people, but there is also a replay option with all of those as well. Next slide, please. Okay. If you want more human interaction and a one-on-one capacity, we have two really good pathways. We have the peer tutors, and I think it's really important to highlight and talk about the peer tutors because this is something that you all may one day aspire to do. It's a great way to give back to the online learning community once you're a successful successful student and have had more practice doing well in your courses. You can apply to be a peer tutor and help others. And it's a scheduled one-on-one support. They're 45-minute sessions and they're booked within a 72-hour availability. So every 72 hours, just some time in between those sessions so that A, other students can access them, and B, that you have some time to digest what you talked about with your peer tutor in that 45-minute session. It has cameras, voice, screen share. They can help with things like getting started in an assignment, looking through a rubric, and some of the concepts to the courses, because again, they've been where you're at and know your experience. Academic coaches oftentimes are also people who have been peer tutors or people who have had experience teaching, and you can schedule an academic coach in a little bit of a different way, which is you set a 3-week plan to start off with to work on a very specific goal. So if you're somebody who knows, woof, my time and task management is not the best. I think I really need some customized support, learning how to really navigate and manage this all and put some strategies together to make a plan. This would be a really good option. And of course, we have other things that help. Next slide, please. Okay, so to sign up for peer tutoring, what you'll see is this menu screen right here. You pick the subject area, you pick the subject, and then there's a drop-down menu where you can pick a specific tutor. So if you've attended a workshop and you really like the way a specific peer tutor explains things and you think I'd really like to meet with them for a one-on-one session, you can find their name. If you leave it blank, you get these little gray dots, blue-gray dots, telling you when there's availability, and you get a menu on the right-hand side letting you know what times those peer tutors are available. Select the time that works best, and then you will meet with your peer tutor at that time to have 45 minutes to work on the thing that you specifically need support with. Do we have to pay for the tutoring? I see as a question. No, this is all available to you as a student, as a learner here at SNHU. So that's why it's important for you to know about this. You have all of this available to you. Okay, and if you feel scared you won't remember this, I have a video that I'm posting in there, and this is all recorded. Next slide, please. Academic coaching. This is the pathway to get to academic coaching. So if you feel you need a little bit of one-on-one support on some of these skills and building these skills, you have goals for yourself, and you think it might be better to have a regular meeting cadence to work on that with somebody individually in a one-on-one setting, this is the area for you. So if you're interested in it, you click on the pre-scheduled support, then academic coaching. It just reminds you academic coaching is on the right-hand side where you say, I struggle to do well in no matter what course I'm in. And it might just be in one area that you're struggling, not every single area. Click on that, and then you're popped over to this area where you select a skill or more than one skill. It's good to usually focus on one skill that you really want to work on with a coach. And so that might be time and task prioritization or reading comprehension or organization. Or just strengthening academic skills in general. Click on one of those, and then you get the menu below that lets you know when coaches are available, and it shows you who the coaches are that you might book with that meet at the times that you need. Everybody within peer tutoring and academic coaching are trained and knowledgeable, and you're in good hands with everybody. So those are that's just the walkthrough of how to access both of those. Could I have the next slide, please? Finally, if you're a person that just likes to have a video, just needs a little bit of reminders, we have tons of videos, sheet guides, and more information. The one we have up there is APA sample paper. We have tons of stuff about APA. A lot of our things are linked in Shapiro Library as well. You know, it's a thing that we get questions about. We have workshops on as well, but there's a lot of videos that are really quick to the point, good refreshers in some of those things. And they're available on our resources tab. Next slide, please. We also have a YouTube channel. So if the resource tab, it's hard to find what you want or you're not quite sure what you're looking for, but you know you'd like to see some videos, you can go over to our YouTube channel and just kind of peruse through the videos that we have. And sometimes that's a really good way to just kind of get a sense of, because we don't know what we don't know, right? So tons of videos and information over there on the YouTube channel too. And thank you very much for listening. Please check out academic support. We would absolutely love to help you succeed. I'm going to post that video right there walks you through everything that I went through with you today. So if you have any questions or feel like you might not remember it, click on the link to that video so you have it open in another tab. And then we're, of course, always available for questions if you email academicsupport@snhu.edu. Thank you very much. It was really good to join. And I'll pass it to the next presenter.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. So my name is Shanna Chartier, and I am a Director of Information Literacy here at the Shapiro Library, where we like the tagline, so much more than books. I find, especially in the online realm, we have just so many databases and just access points and things that you can do that we're happy to help. We're happy to support in any way that you need. And we're really looking forward to working with you. So go ahead and do next slide. Yeah, Melanie, you've been dropping some great tips and tricks in the chat. It's been so helpful. So here is the library homepage. If you haven't been here yet, you can, as Melanie mentioned in the chat, you can get here from your Brightspace course. So at the homepage of your Brightspace course, you can, on the right-hand side, there's a link to the Shapiro Library, and then along the top bar, there's a link to the Shapiro Library. So there's lots of different ways to get here, lots of really useful things from this page. So I'm just going to do kind of a quick tour. And then if questions come up, you've got that big yellow chat button right there on the top right. Underneath is an email as well. But the yellow chat is chat 24/7 with a librarian. So we've got student workers on our team. We've got librarians on our team. We've got a whole crew of staff that is at the ready to help answer any questions you may have. If one of our student workers on the front line isn't able to do it, like maybe you have a really intensive research question, they'll pass you on to a librarian. The librarian can give you a more detailed answer and be able to help you with any research struggles or issues that you have. I know we live in our Google world now. It's AI, which is making it's just a whole new world again. And so researching in the databases isn't that kind of quick, instant gratification. It takes a lot of plug and play and trying different keywords and search strings and things like that. So it's a lot different than your average kind of just dump of information and then something comes back for you. It takes a little bit more effort. So if you find yourself frustrated or struggling with that at all, please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help. And we've also got a lot of resources that you can access, same as academic support, where we've got videos and we've got, library guides and all kinds of useful things. We do have audiobooks, yes. So it's a good question. We haven't had that one yet. I believe we subscribe to Libby. So, but that's more like popular. I think if you needed like an accommodation, you would want to talk to the accessibility office. But for like ebooks in general, we do offer those. Yeah, perfect. Great. So, like I said, you've got our chat 24/7. Right here in the middle, we've got our big multi-search, which is kind of a, yeah. Oh, they're fun. I don't read any other way anymore. Audiobooks are my favorite. I'm glad I'm among friends. So you've got the multi-search in the middle. This is a big database that searches a lot of our other databases at the same time. So I often recommend it when you're starting your research because it really helps, kind of just give you a broad overview of the topic. Down here, we've got our quick links box. So we've got our A to Z database list. A to Z database list, like I said, the multi-search searches many databases, not all of them because the companies don't all work together. But if you wanted a list of like all the individual subject databases that we have, that's where you would click under the quick links box. And then if you needed like business databases, if you needed you're not going to get a SWOT analysis if you're a business major in the multi-search. You'd have to go to the A to Z database list and find a business database to get that for you. So things like that. You've also got your news and updates, and then we have our FAQ box, which is really handy. People have a lot of citation questions, for example. So if you type in like YouTube APA, you're going to see an FAQ that's like, how do I cite a YouTube video in APA? And then it kind of gives you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. So lots and lots of useful, really handy stuff just kind of here up out front, hopefully as easily findable as possible because we have a lot. James, if you wouldn't mind. Awesome. So while we have all this on the front, you also have it down the drop down along the top. So you see multi-search if you're looking particularly for ebooks and books, scholarly articles. So like I said, this kind of helps narrow down what you're looking for. If you have to find a news article, videos, images, you've got another link to the database list. If you're looking for like a particular journal or you want to see what access we have to it, the periodical finder is really good for that. If I'm looking for the Chronicle of Higher Education for a particular article I want to read, I can type that in, see what databases have it, and do a search for a specific article or whatever. So super handy. You'll also see our online library catalog is kind of tucked away here, but it does exist. And then there's course reserves, which are usually more for campus-based students. And next slide. All right, so perfect. So we have all of that wonderful stuff. I mentioned the quick links box on the bottom left. So we had our A to Z database list. We also have our getting started guide, which has lots and lots of information on how to research effectively, how to use keywords, how to use Booleans, like all of our little library jargon. But yeah, just it really kind of details how to select a topic, like how, if there's citation help in there as well. We have a citation generator tool called RefWorks that's really, really helpful. So Getting Started Guide is a really great place to access when you're looking for any help when it comes to library stuff. We have our Citing Your Sources guide. We have Interlibrary Loan, which is if we don't have access to whatever the article is you need. Let's say you found it on Google or Google Scholar or out on the web. You can go to Interlibrary Loan and you can put in a request, and our team will reach out to our other partner libraries, and we will be able to get access to that article or book for you. So really, even if you're an online student that lives far, far away, we can interlibrary loan a book and then mail it out to you if you really need it. So please don't feel like you're limited by what you see here. We can even extend out beyond and get whatever it is that you need. It's very rare when we don't, usually. If we don't, it's like archival stuff that they won't release or something, but it's pretty good. Everything else on that list, generally more campus based. We have a beautiful building on campus. So ours, if you are close to campus and you're an online student, you are able to access the building. You can use the computers. If you're an online student, you're visiting in town. You're a SNHU student. So you can come in, you can use your SNHU email and stuff to use the computers, everything like that. So you're welcome to use the space. And then we have our diversity, equity, inclusion, academic integrity guides, which we always like to have up front because we want to be inclusive. So, all right, next slide. Because I think that was it for me. So perfect. Yeah, if you have any questions about the library, like I said, feel free to click that yellow chat button. We're happy to help out with anything you might need, and we're just really pumped to have everybody here. So thanks. On to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Hi, everybody. My name is Allie. I am so glad to be here with you all today, and I'm excited to share a little bit about the alumni engagement team and ways that you can be a part of our work even before you graduate. So to start us off, I have a question. If you want to put your answers in the chat, how many alumni do you think we have in our SNHU community? Let's see, what do we have for guesses? So many. I love that answer. That is so true. Yes, we do have a lot. Awesome. So we have over 244,000 alumni as of April 2024. So we have about 73% of our alumni community are graduates from online programs. Some top degrees that I want to highlight. We have 25% of our alumni have graduated with a Bachelor of Science. So it could have been a degree in business, human resource management, economics, or finance. About 17% of our alumni graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree. So this could have been a degree in communications or justice studies, or even psychology. About 11% graduated with a Master's of Science degree. Could have been in accounting, business analytics, IT, or marketing. And about 6% of our alumni population have graduated with an MBA. Many of our alumni also hold 2 or more degrees or certificates. So they come back for other opportunities, which we love to see folks come back and earn more. Before we jump to the next slide, I have another question. If you want to write your answers in the chat, same thing as before. What states do you think we have the largest populations of our SNHU alumni in? New Hampshire, yes. The Northeast, California. Yeah, definitely New Hampshire is our top bucket. James, if you want to go to the next slide. As the map shows, these are some of the biggest buckets of our alumni in the US. So behind that chart, it's mostly the New England region, and we have California, Texas, and Florida. If you don't see your state highlighted, do not worry, because there are most likely alumni in your community, your state, sometimes even in the town or street next to you. SNU alumni are truly everywhere. What also may surprise you is that SNHU is truly global. So we have over 300 countries where alumni live and work. Some of our biggest populations include Malaysia, Rwanda, Vietnam, Thailand, and Canada. We'll go to the next slide. In our office, we are so lucky to be able to work with amazing students, alumni, donors, volunteers, staff, and faculty at SNHU. So this little graph just highlights a few of the ways in which we engage alumni and how alumni engage with the parts of the university that directly impact you. As our friends in career services mentioned, their team utilizes Handshake for jobs and internships. What may be surprising is that some opportunities and folks who are recruiting for these opportunities are alumni. They could be alumni of SNHU. So you can land a job or an internship where an alum could be a coworker or your boss. Our population runs very deep and wide. Lastly, as a student, you can apply to scholarships. Excuse me. These scholarships may be directly funded by an alum or a member of our SNHU community that directly wants to support you in your educational journey. Through our office, we provide resources along this with the Student Financial Services Office. We can go to the next slide. There are many opportunities throughout the year to engage in different events that we host with some of our partners on this call, like Mandy and like Alyssa from Career Services. This is just one example from our partnership we had a couple years ago as a group of students and faculty and staff and alumni at a Grace Hopper convention celebration, which happened in Orlando, Florida, and it was the largest gathering of women in IT. But most often than not, we are in your community with the Office of Student Involvement through some of these pop-up events and some of these other opportunities. And so you have the chance as a student to really be involved in connecting with alumni while you're starting your journey here. The next 2 slides also highlight examples of collaboration across the university for our whole SNHU community. So the first I want to just mention is Homecoming, which happens each October, and it celebrates all members of our SNHU community, from students both on campus and online, faculty, staff, parents of current students, and alumni. Some events that are always a hit are our virtual paint night, big money bingo, and virtual 5K. Homecoming 2023 happened last fall, and we are starting the early planning stages of Homecoming 2024. So be on the lookout. You can visit our website, and I'll drop that link in the chat afterwards, but it's going to be October 18th through 20th of 2024. So definitely be on the lookout for information about Homecoming. Also, we have Global Days of Service, which is happening right now. And so it is an opportunity where individuals from our whole SNHU community can come together in the name of service. And so you may have a social issue that you're passionate about, You may have volunteer opportunities that you participate in on a regular basis. We would love for you to participate in Global Days of Service this year. There are a few ways that you could participate. And as a current student, you could volunteer on your own and share your story, or you could visit our website and see what opportunities are happening near you. We have a lot of different opportunities that exist right now, but we know you might be doing something on your own that you have been doing for many years, or something that you want to get involved in. And so we would love to hear your story, and you have a chance to volunteer alongside some of our other SNHU community members. So I will also drop that link in the chat after I wrap up. And so last slide, is it worth staying connected? We hope so. Yes, we want you to stay connected. As I mentioned, there are many ways for you to collaborate with our office as a student, and then we hope that you stay connected after you graduate. You could follow us on our social channels, and I also just want to throw in, we have a LinkedIn community group that is specific to our SNHU community, and so you can join that as a current student and start networking with other students and alumni as you start your program. So wishing you all the best of luck, and welcome Ms. New.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Melanie, and I get to talk to y'all about SNHU 107 and IDS 105. So is anybody taking SNHU 107 or IDS 105? Let me know in the chat. If you are, these are two classes that have specific learning communities dedicated to the course. So what that means is outside of your classroom space in SNHU Connect, you are going to have me and all your other classmates. So we have a special space for SNU 107 and IDS 105, two separate learning community spaces in SNHU Connect, where we host weekly webinars just like this. Most of them are pre-recorded. So when they are pre-recorded, it means that you can log on to our IDS YouTube channel, our SNHU 107 YouTube channel, and you'll see them loaded for each module of the week that you are on in your classes. So the awesome thing about them is that these webinars and these quick focus videos, they walk you through the assignments from week to week in both of those classes, okay? Sometimes we just need somebody to show us where to click, how to find things, what to do, and kind of walk us through some of the concepts or maybe even some of the terminology that we are covering in our classes. So that is what the learning community spaces are for. They're outside your classroom. Nothing is graded in these spaces. There's no extra credit, but you'll have these webinars and these focus videos that walk you through the classroom content from week to week. Plus, there's a little bit of extra motivation and support and encouragement in these learning community spaces in SNHU Connect, just to keep you going from week to week, because sometimes you're going to have awesome weeks and everything goes according to plan and your assignments went great. And sometimes you might have some weeks that are a little bit less than stellar and not so sparkly. And we just need somebody to remind us, like, we can do this, we are worth this, and we are going to just keep showing up in our classes. So that is what these spaces are for. Also in these learning community spaces, you get to connect with students that are taking the class even in other course sections. So for example, I teach in both of those classes. I have about 30 students in each of those classes, but in the learning community, it's open to any student that is taking IDS 105 or SNHU 107. So does that sound like something that might be exciting and helpful? Everything is in SNHU Connect. There is a ton of emails that'll come to your SNHU email. So like Mandy said earlier about the top tip of checking your SNHU email, y'all, it's so important. It is so important to make sure that you're checking that university email at least a few times a week, if not consistently daily. Plus, in your classroom spaces, always make sure that you are checking your course announcements. Your faculty are going to put helpful tips and tricks in your course announcement spaces from week to week, day to day. Plus, you're going to have the university email where the university departments communicate with you. There's reminders about webinars coming up. There's recording links to webinars sent out. There's just so much information in there that we don't want you to miss that, okay? So that is a little bit about the IDS 105 and SNHU 107 learning communities. Again, there's weekly webinars. There's a YouTube channel that you'll go to watch them when it's convenient for you and it works for your schedule. The live session for both of those webinars are coming up on Wednesday, May 1st. So if you're taking IDS 105 or SNHU 107, keep May 1st on your radar. Emails will be going out with kind of save the dates and letting you know that it's coming up and how to join it. It's on Teams just like this, and we'll have a really great time. Okay, everybody? All right, that's it for me from SNHU 107 and IDS 105. James, I'll turn it to you.
All right. So thank you, Melanie, for sharing that information as we get started with you all and as you get to know about the various resources here to support you. But there's another set of resources here to support you, and those are peer mentors. So the peer mentor program is a great program that we have to help support you as far as how to navigate this vast online campus. So we have students, current students and immediate past students who have been there and they know all the ropes as far as how to, connecting your courses, strategies to support you as far as connecting with your instructor and all of those different components outside of what a tutor is. So they're not tutors. So the information that Allison prepared for you really outline what a peer tutor is. Those are the individuals that will support you as far as course specific support, like you need support in your math class or writing or something along those lines. That's what academic support provides, and that's what a peer tutor does. But a peer mentor is more of that person that's going to help you and kind of motivate you as far as going through navigating the different resources at the institution. So ultimately, they'll show best practices with you about what they've done, what has worked for them, and what they've seen work for other individuals. And then in that, there is just a couple of stats that are here. Of course, 88% of students that engage with a peer mentor report their increase in productivity, and along with other metrics to show that there have been great connections for them as they've sought to advance at their institution. And these are just some pictures from one of our mentors who was unable to be here, but Kat, she's done a lot of great work and is actually en route to complete her doctorate degree. So what should you do if you receive information about being a part of the mentorship program and being a mentor, being a mentee, sorry. We want you to take advantage of the opportunity. We want you to identify some of those goals. Think about those gaps of what you may need as far as that level of support. And then contribute to that agenda of success. So each session that you may decide to have with a peer mentor, come in thinking about, okay, what am I stumped on as far as what's that SNHU that I just don't know about, or I'm encountering this specific problem. Do you know who can help me? And more than likely they will know. And if they don't know, they can connect you with someone that does know. So seek that feedback and then apply it because that's what's going to help make your plan of success the most fruitful with that accountability, and view them as an accountability partner. So if you have any questions about the peer mentorship program, peermentors@snhu.edu. And that is that is the email address that you can email, and that can get you in contact with our program to get the link to opt into the program. Some of you may receive the link as well also. And then fill out the brief form that is associated with it. I'm just looking in the chat. Yeah, it's a benefit to having someone to help you throughout the way. So with all of that, I wanted to just say thanks. That concludes our formal part of this workshop. And here's a QR code. Feel free to scan that and fill out our survey. Your feedback is so important and vital to how we operate and how we support you all. So make certain to scan that, and that will be helpful for you all as you seek to just get get some more understandings and for us to get more understandings on what your needs are. So go ahead and scan that, take that survey. Thank you so much for your time today. And know that if you have any additional questions, reach out to us. There are people on the other side of the screen that are committed to your success, and we want to ensure that you all know that. So everyone that's here is an advocate for student success. And as mentioned, whether you are a first generation college student like myself or like Allison, who's had to navigate college and not really knowing where to go, or if you are someone who is you're from the military background coming in and seeking to use your benefits to ensure that you get this education, you could be a parent, you can be anyone across. Any spectrum of what resides in our country and beyond, and making certain that you get the support that you need. And we want to see you walk across the stage at commencement some years down the road. So know that we're here. We are grateful for what you're going to do, and know that we are here to support you. So thank you all so much. Don't forget to fill out that survey and feel free to reach out to us and make sure you complete FYE 101. All right, take care.